In this video, we're going to talk about lat pull downs. Now, the thing about lat pull downs and many other similar exercises is we need to properly engage the lats. Now, as dumb and obvious as that sounds, it's not always the easiest thing to do. And this is something I see a lot of people messing up. So we're going to go through some key things that you can focus on to make sure you are training the muscle and training the movement the right way. So as I get into a lat pull down, the first thing that I want to do is set my shoulders. So here my shoulders are a little forward, and there I'm pulling them a little bit back. The easiest thing you can think of for this, in terms of really getting the lats going, is imagine if someone was going to sneak up behind me and tickle my armpits, which would be kind of weird to do as an adult. But how would I protect myself? I would, boom, pull that down. No way, you're not getting anywhere near here, buddy. So you want to think about armpit protection. That is your first step to locking this in. And if you bring your hand around and poke into your lat muscle here, you should immediately feel that tense up. So there should be a physical change of muscle tone that you can detect by just poking and prodding that muscle. If you feel that, you know you're doing it right. So step one, we are, boom, protecting our armpits. And our goal is to maintain that all the way down and all the way out. So on the way down, we're basically thinking about the lat, starts here, kind of connects right here. So we're maintaining that tension, and the main aspect of this pull is basically closing this distance. We're pulling down here, keeping everything back and locked in. Don't worry about what the arms are doing, right? Don't overemphasize that. They're going to do what they're going to do. If you think about pulling with the arms more than the back, the shoulder is going to kind of come up and forward at some point, most likely. And now we've lost tension in the lats. This just feels flabby and loose, right? Which is not what we want. And my shoulder is in this weird position that's not centered, it's not strong, and over time that's going to add some wear and tear to your joint, which you probably don't want. So again, I get set. Number one, armpit protection. Number two, closing that space, squeezing the back the entire time. And again, trying to maintain that on the way up. Some main mistakes with this that you might experience, and we often see here in the gym, is on the way down, everything looks great, but you're maybe not as strong in this end range of motion. So instead of just stopping where you can actually maintain the right tension and position, you try to go a little bit further than that. And that's when that shoulder starts getting into this lame position, right? So you just stop as far as you can control it. That shoulder should stay back and never tip forward like this, even a little bit. The second thing that's really tough sometimes is maintaining that on the way back up. So sometimes people do a great job on the way down, and then on the way up, it's sort of like, I just can't hold that tension. You want to go slow and continue to squeeze these muscles on the way back up. It's totally okay if you want at the end to allow yourself to kind of let those shoulders stretch out, as long as you set, protect the armpits before every single repetition. And again, just so you have a visual, right, this is what we're trying to avoid here. It's not pretty. So that is how you want to engage your lats properly in a lat pull down. And you want to keep thinking about the same idea if you were doing maybe a horizontal row, a pull-up, etc. The more you can engage the back, the better you're going to get at all these exercises. And while it might be a big challenge at first, if you're not used to doing it that way and those muscles are not as strong as they need to be, you want to get them there so you have more balance of strength around the shoulder, more potential for a healthy joint and better movement, and overall more potential just to perform better long term once you get everything working the way it should.